Hey guys, it's Draculina here. I don't know what that was. And today I'm going to be doing something that's fun, at least I think it's fun. I'm going to be doing the totally should've, what is it? The totally should have tag. The book tag. And it's like a series of questions of something that totally should have blank. You'll see it makes more sense when I actually get to the questions, but I haven't done a tag in a while. Kylie K and Katie Tastic did these tags, and I thought they looked fun. I didn't get tagged, I just felt like doing it, because I'm just so cool like that. So yeah, let's just move on with the questions. So the first question is, totally should have gotten a sequel. I don't have this book at my disposal, because I lent it to my friend, but I pick Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. So this just came out, October 2015. I got it like a month ago. I got it in December. Freaking beautiful book. Okay, I have a review on it. Go read it. So basically, if you don't know, Carry On is the spin-off novel of the novel Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, because the main character in the novel Fangirl wrote fan fiction about this universe that was Simon Snow, which was like this Harry Potter-like thing with vampires and gay ships. And so then Rainbow Rowell last October wrote the fan fiction that Kath was writing inside Fangirl, which was called Carry On. I loved it so much. So now, Rainbow Rowell, please, I don't care if it's like a sequel of Carry On, or I want the Simon Snow series so bad. I want the whole 8-book thing. I want, Simon Snow series, please. It's probably never gonna happen, but you know, that's like the top for fantasy, for books that I would want that don't exist. So the next question is, totally should have gotten a spin-off series, and I pick Percy Jackson with Kane Chronicles and Magnus Chase in the same universe. How freaking... Okay, so let me explain myself. So all three of these books are by Rick Riordan. So this was Rick Riordan's first series, which was the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. Then he had the Kane Chronicles Egyptian mythology series. This is the third book. And then he had the Magnus Chase series, which is the Norse mythology series. Basically, he wrote three mini-stories, short stories of the Percy Jackson and Kane Chronicles universe, where Percy met Carter, and then Annabeth met Sadie, and then the four of them together, which I have not read yet. I have not read Crown of Ptolemy yet, but I need to read it. And then, Mr. Magnus here is Annabeth's cousin. So I want a series with all three of these. I don't even care if it's one book, just not a short story. Please, not another short story, Rick. I beg of you. I can't stand short stories with things that I love so much, because it's not enough. It's never enough. So yeah, that's my choice for totally should have had a spin-off series. Next is an author who totally should write more books, and I picked Veronica Roth. So as far as I'm concerned, the only series that Veronica Roth has written is Divergent. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Divergent. I love it. So I would like to see what else she's got in the bag. Although, on the other hand, I also said that about James Dasher. And then he came out with the Eye of Mine series, which I couldn't even finish because it was so bad. It was so bad. I'm sorry. I love James Dasher. I love his Maze Runner series, but... So yeah, Veronica Roth, I think that she's capable to do something really awesome, aside from the Divergent universe. Next is a character who totally should have ended up with someone else. Okay, I have a very strong opinion about this. I'm usually pretty okay with who the protagonist ends up with. It's always really heart-wrenching during the series when they're going back between people and they're not together with people, and that really breaks my heart, but they always end up with who I want them to be with. I can't even think of an instance where they didn't, except for this. And that is in the Harry Potter series. No, I'm not gonna say Ron and Hermione. I know so many people are opposed to that. It wasn't my first choice, but I'm okay with it. I'm not a Ron Hermione hardcore shipper. I'm okay with it. It's fine. My vote is for Harry and Luna. Come on, J.K. Rowling. Freaking Ginny. He had to end up with Ginny. Oh my god. What? Why? Why? That doesn't make any sense. It was so, she just came out of nowhere. It's oh, Harry's with Cho, and then nothing happened. It's oh, now we're an Half-Blood Prince, and it's oh, nope, here's Ginny out of nowhere, and she's just gonna kiss you, and now you're gonna end up married with kids. What? Luna! He had, so much content with Luna, and they had so much chemistry, and... Harry and Luna, please, why? I don't understand. Next I have Totally Should Have Ended Differently. I don't have this book with me either because I don't own it yet, but I choose Allegiant. I know, that's like the most stereotypical, expected response I could possibly give you, and I'm not saying I don't like the ending. I'm just saying that it really ruined my day, and my week, and my month. I was just really depressed after reading that book. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, although even though mostly everyone out there already knows what happened, I'm not gonna spoil it for people, but I was so upset, like, I just felt really, really sad. Like, it wasn't that, like, I didn't like the ending, like, it really bums me out. And I just felt really depressed afterwards, and so I kind of, like, would rather that not have happened, and I could have sort of moved on with my life, but no. Next we have Totally Should Have Had a Movie Franchise. I can say this first one a million times, and it will never go through anybody's head. I just want this so bad. If the Percy Jackson movies were done right. So, I am well aware that there is a Lightning Thief and a Sea of Monsters movie that came out 5 years ago. 5 years ago. That was the biggest disappointment of my life. No, that's probably exaggerating a little, but it's up there. It's up there because I have an unhealthy love for everything that Rick Riordan writes. My entire childhood was Percy Jackson. Like, this is, like, aside from Harry Potter, this is the series that got me into reading, and it's, like, I've devoted, like, at least 7 years of my life to this series, where I've just been waiting for the books to come out, reading them, feeling so sad, because I have to wait a whole other year for the book. Like, you know how you newcomers feel for those Hunger Games movies? That's how I felt with these books, okay? Okay. So, anyways, I'm not saying, like, I want them to, like, I'm just saying I wish that the movies they already released were done right. Logan Lerman was great as Percy. I mean, the script really limited him, but Logan Lerman is a fantastic actor, and I know he totally could have pulled it off if they've given him a better script. Like, he looks the part. That's how I imagined Percy. I don't know about everyone else, but it's like, the casting was terrible. I mean, other than Percy and Luke, Annabeth was, like, I literally wanted to go and fly to wherever they filmed that movie and stab the casting director, because that was the worst possible choice. Alexandra Daddario, I'm sorry, I hate that girl. She ruined Annabeth for me. I mean, I still have, like, she wasn't Annabeth. Like, she wasn't anything even remotely close to Annabeth. And I'm not just talking about how she looked. Like, she was such a bad actress, and it wasn't Annabeth, and it just made me so sad, because Annabeth is my favorite female heroine of all time, and she just ruined her for me. So, I wish Percy Jackson was done right. Also, another one that I think should have a movie franchise. Once again, I'm going back to Carry On. I want Simon Snow movies. Get on that, Hollywood. And then I also would say Everlost, which, this is an awesome book by Neal Shusterman. I'm actually surprised that this hasn't been a movie yet, because this, I think, would be, like, revolutionary and the coolest freaking thing in the entire universe. I would love an Everlost. Next is Totally Should Have Gotten a TV show. So, my first option that I have, I think, is actually getting a TV show. I've heard rumors, so I'm kind of freaking out a little bit, and that is A Series of Unfortunate Events. So, A Series of Unfortunate Events is a series that's another one of, like, those Percy Jackson series where I read when I was really young, and it made, like, a huge impact on, like, my reading life. And it's a 13-book series by Lemony Snicket, who I adore. I love Lemony Snicket. Like, everything he writes is just perfect. That was a fantastic series, and there are rumors that it is getting a Netflix-exclusive live-action series. They had a movie back many years ago that was really bad because they just sort of, like, smushed the first 3 books together, and then they lived happily ever after. What the? No, they didn't. There were 10 more books, and even the last one didn't end well. Like, what? Oh, I don't understand. But apparently, there might be a Series of Unfortunate Events series. So I'm kind of freaking out about that. I'm waiting for more information on that. I would love. My life would revolve around that because they have so much content to work with. It would be great. And also, I'm sorry, I'm going back to Percy Jackson. An animated Percy Jackson series. I've talked about this with a few friends of mine on multiple occasions, how instead of doing a movie, they should do an animated TV show. There are 10 books. They have so much to work with. And if they did animated, they wouldn't mess up the casting. So I just think that would be absolutely great. Like, great. Yes, like each book could be like a season or like a half season. Like the Olympian series, it could be like a book per half season, and then like the Heroes of Olympus could be like a book per season, and that would be so great. Next is totally should have had only one point of view. I'm going back to the Divergent series, and I'm picking Allegiant. I know, like, everyone, both of the people that I watched, Katie Tastic and Kylie K, who did this, they both said the same thing as me, and I completely agree. The first half of the Divergent series, Divergent and Insurgent, were completely from Triss's point of view. And then we get into Allegiant, and it's swapping between Triss and Four, and, like, I get why she did that because of how the story panned out, but it was confusing. You couldn't really tell them apart most of the time. I didn't really care about what Four was thinking until the end. Like, I didn't care. I don't know how else to put it. Like, I didn't care about Four's opinion and all of that stuff. All I wanted to see was what Triss was going through. So maybe, I don't know. Yeah. And so then also, this is not something that I want to only have one point of view, but I want to change the point of views. That is Blood of Olympus. So Blood of Olympus was the final book in a 5-book series that was a spin-off series of Percy Jackson. And the point of views in this book were Nico, Jason, Reyna, Leo, and Piper. In a Percy Jackson series. Where the heck is Percy's point of view? Or at least Annabeth's. Like, I got this book, and I'm like, yeah, Blood of Olympus, Final Blood, oh my god, Final Heroes of Olympus book, and then I'm like, where's Percy? Like, that's not okay. You can't just end a 10-book Percy Jackson universe series with no point of view from Percy Jackson. What the heck? Next totally should have had a cover change. So my first option for this is the Hush Hush series. So I love this series. It bothers me. I'm one of those people. I don't like when books have human models on the cover. I think that is so weird. I like having artwork, and this art makes no sense with the series. Okay, so here's the first one. This first one makes sense, although Patch never actually falls from the sky in the series at all. I don't know what they're trying to imply here. Next is Crescendo, Nora randomly staring at the sky with lightning. Like, what is this? This has nothing to do with the story. Is it a metaphor?
Okay, so my camera battery ran out, so now I have to use my crappy webcam camera. There might be some, and the sound might sound weird, it might be laggy, but sorry, my camera battery. The struggle. Anyways, I was saying, so next is Silence. Once again, cover makes no sense with what happens in the book. Patch has, his wings, and he's, Nora, and they're, at the ocean. What the heck? There's no ocean in this book. I don't understand what they were trying to go for here. And then the last one, Finale. This looks like something from Twilight. I don't know what this is. What the heck is Nora wearing? I've made my point. I also think Looking for Alaska by John Green, I get what they were going for, cigarette smoke, but I just think it's so boring. It's so boring. It's so boring. If I saw this on a shelf and, didn't know who the author was, I would not pick this up. I can guarantee that to you. This needs a boring cover. I don't know. I get it. John Green's covers are very minimalist. His covers are very minimalist. I get that. But, these two are way better covers for what the story is than this. I would probably look twice at these, and this I would just walk right past it. And also, I think Blood of Olympus. So I like the cover for this, but there was so much anticipation for this final book cover. Emphasis on final book. People were doing fan art, and then it's this. where are the 7? Like, we wanted to see this awesome, like, badass, about to go into battle 7 with their weapons, and instead we get 2 giants, Jason jumping with a lightning bolt, Frank just sitting there, a teeny tiny Hazel, and oh wait, no, that's Leo, a teeny tiny Leo and Hazel on a horse. Once again, no frickin' Percy or Annabeth anywhere to be seen except for in the actual content, but even they didn't have much of that. The struggle is so real with this book. I love it, but I hate it at the same time. I wanted more. I thought it was great. This book causes problems for me. Next is totally should have kept the original covers. This is probably the 4th time I've used this as an example. The Percy Jackson series. So these are the original covers from, what year was this? 2005. 2005. I feel so old. I feel old, okay? This is the original cover from 2005 of The Lightning Thief. I have all of them. This is Sea of Monsters. Actually, no, it's a lie. I don't have all of them. I'll get to that in a second. Titan's Curse, which is my favorite. And Battle of the Labyrinth. Then, before I was able to get The Last Olympian, because I've had these for a very long time. I read Last Olympian on the Kindle, and then I started planning my list of, like, books that I wanted to get in physical copies that I'd read already for, like, my book collection, and they decide to redesign the Percy Jackson covers. They're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. They're beautiful. But I want a Last Olympian book to match with my other ones. I'm one of those persons that bothers me. That bothers me. And now, when you go on Amazon, there is the beautiful original Last Olympian cover. There's for $50, and then next to it is the new Last Olympian cover for $5. What's the logic in that, Rick Riordan, huh? What's the logic in that? And last but not least, this totally should have stopped at book 1. I'm pretty sure I have like 3 options for this. My first one, I'm going to agree with Kitty Tastic and say Divergent. I love this book. Didn't really like this book. Was bored with Allegiance. This was really sweet, but this is where the series shines. This was a fabulous book. This was like one of those books that I was like walking around in the hallway reading it like a nerd. I couldn't put it down. Then I get to this, and I'm pretty sure it took me like a month or so to read because I would get really bored with it, like same with Allegiant. It didn't have the wonderful potential of this. I just wish that this was all there was. And although then, if this was all there was, then here would be me complaining about how there aren't more books. So, I kind of... Also, I would say Night School by C.J. Daughtery. So, this isn't a very well-known series. It's a British series. You can't actually get it in physical copies in the United States. You can only get it in digital versions. It's a 5-book series. I read the whole thing. The first one drew me in like a grappling hook. The second one was pretty good. And then the third, the fourth, and the fifth were flops. I felt like I'm one of those people that I feel like I have to finish a series. Like, I can't, like, stop in the middle of the series if I don't like it. I have to finish it. Also, I really liked the main ship in that story, which was Carter and Allie. But that's also my other problem. Basically, the last 3 books were all about Allie and Sylvain. And it was absolute torture because I hated Sylvain's character so, like, with a passion. It's not just because he was, like, the Team Gale. I hated his character was awful. So it was just me drowning through these 3 books of Allie being like frickin' Bella Swan and just your entire life is at stake right now and you're worrying about your guy problems. Like, that's all the last 3 books were. Whereas the first 2 were like mysteries and like there was like murders happening and it was really interesting, and then it's like, we're in Twilight. Also, my next two, I can't really give a concrete opinion on these because I have not read the rest of them, but they are Everlost and Unwind by Neal Shusterman. I read the first one of Everlost, I read the first one of Unwind, and I don't feel like I need to read the other ones, even though, like I said, I'm a person who has to finish series. Like, they were both so great, and it's not like there were any, like, loose ends, like, I need to, like, this, I don't understand how there could possibly be more of this. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Like, maybe that's just me, but this ended, like, perfectly. Like, everything was all drawn. Like, I don't know what they're going for with two other books. And it's almost the same thing with Unwind for me. Like, I really liked the first one. It was good at the beginning, then I was really bored in the middle, and then the end was, like, bam, smack in the face, loved it. And then, like, once again, like, I didn't need more. Like, I was totally okay with what I had already read. And so, I can't really give, like, a solid opinion because I haven't read the other, Unwind has a 4-book series and Everlost is a trilogy. So I can't really give, like, a concrete opinion because I haven't read the other ones, but that's just what I feel. Like, I don't feel like I need to, even though my inner persona that makes myself finish series is probably going to end up reading it eventually. So that concludes my totally should have tag. This was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tag everyone who's watching this and wants to do it. So let me know if you end up doing this tag, and I will totally go watch it and comment on it and whatever you want me to. I don't know. Please comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you next time on Monster Hat MMAA. Bye!